Hello everyone, this is Void Viper here. Welcome back to another quote weekly alternate history quote. Let's just get into it. If the Ottomans took Vienna, it would have some dominance over Europe. It will first destroy Hungary and Austria, then probably hold out and Islam spread. It will go to war and gain and lose land, but mostly gain land. By the Great War would have been easy, or no World War I because no Serbia, but it could still happen and the Central Powers would have won World War I. The Ottomans took over Vienna, Austria will collapse and then Ottomans will annex Austria. Western Europe reacting in increasing military, the Ottomans would be a much bigger power and potentially even a superpower. The Ottomans would have a lot of wars between Tsardom of Russia. Had Vienna fallen, I expect that the Papal States would have called for crusade under a large Ottoman threat. Perhaps even Protestants would participate. Seeing their beliefs and way of life at risk, nations would likely have joined a coalition against the Turks. At this point, the Ottomans are facing a lot of troops with the idea of defend Christendom to the death, which may boost morale overall. I assume many minorities in the Ottoman Empire, specifically the Balkan Orthodox nations, will have taken the chance to rise to freedom. If the Ottomans entered Vienna and invaded it, Austria would become part of the Ottoman Empire by releasing Bohemia and the Slovak Kingdom. The Ottomans will also have greater manpower and weapons to also invade Yemen. Well, at least that can help them against Yemen. Usually, the Battle of Vienna is considered the turning point for Ottoman conquest. While Ottomans may be stopped in future siege of a city such as Rome, Berlin, Paris, London, or Moscow, at that point the Ottomans would have taken down the Austrian Empire and consumed Holy Roman Empire. Today, it's likely that Europe, aside from maybe France, Britain, Scandinavia, Russia, will become somewhat Muslim, the most kept their own culture, if they all became independent in the future. It is interesting to think about those who are in the Ottoman hands like new world colonies and northwestern Russian Europe will become diverse as populations flee. If Vienna fell to the Ottomans, the Austrians would have surrendered. However, this would not be a good for the Ottomans as later much of Europe, Holy Roman Empire, France, Russia, etc., unites under a coalition and the combined armies crush the Ottomans. The Ottomans take a long time to recover and face the same problems at OTL. I don't know what that is. The Ottomans will collapse earlier if the coalition decides to destroy the Ottomans while the Ottomans are recovering. With no or extremely weak Austria and a weaker Holy Roman Empire, Napoleon will have an easier time in Europe. Can't go on anymore as mine's already too long. If the Ottomans entered Vienna, then Eastern Europe would be influenced by Islam. Then today the Ottoman Empire would still exist and could become a superpower. It would be secular, however, but would likely form an alliance with other Arabic nations, which could rival NATO. The Austrian Empire would not survive very long, so a World War I or World War II war wouldn't happen. Thus, today Germany is almost entirely French, Swedish, and Polish. Poland and Lithuania would still exist. The Ottomans took Vienna. They would have in great morale and go to invade Austria and Italian states. Okay, maybe not Vienna, I don't know what that is. I should probably Google that, but I'm not doing it right now. Until a mighty country called Poland attacked the unprotected Moldovan, I probably pronounced that wrong, front, and go on and surround Ottoman troops. And Polska goes on a mad rampage on Ottomans until they got on the modern borders of Romania and Bulgaria. Also, Islam spreads more in the Austrian Empire and Italy. That's all for this week's Weekly Alt History. There's something I'm gonna say an important update about this series. As you guys know that I probably post this on Twitter if you've noticed, and if you're not, well, here I'm telling you again. And well, I'm telling you now actually. So basically, when I first started this series, I had I was a little bit motivated in creating this series, reading our comments, see what interesting things you come up with. Of course, I had a bad start, and I don't want to go through that bad start again. So unfortunately, this series, I'm gonna have to put it on pause because every week I'm just not in the mood to work on it, or I'm too busy to work on it, and really this whole weekly thing is too inaccurate, and it's kind of annoying me. Like, it's kind of something that gets my way. And because I've lost my motivation and I didn't have the same motivation anymore, it just becomes a daily routine for me that I don't want to do. So I'm gonna put this series on hold, and I hope you guys respect my decision, but I'm not canceling this series. Maybe this series will return in the future when I have more time, or when I'm feeling a little bit motivated for the series again. But right now, I think I should be focusing on All the Future of the World, assuming I have time to work on it, because I'm in university, I don't have time. But before I put the series on pause. I don't want to go through that same process of starting all over again. So for the next topic, for whenever I make the next weekly alternate history, is posted by Greek Macedonia Mapper. What if Persians won Greeks and get into Europe? You leave your alternate history comments in the comments section below. And if you want to follow up on when this series will be revived again, or if you're interested in my alternative future series, if for some reason if you're just here for this, then you might be interested in this, then you can follow me on Twitter. The links will be in the description. And I hope you guys understand the decision I'm making. This has really become a thing where I just don't really want to do, or when I want to do it and I don't have time to do it, and then next week I lose motivation. But I'm just rambling, so I'm gonna end this here, and hope you guys understand the decision. Thanks.